Precipitate Management would like to thank the sponsors of the Subscriber Summit for the opportunity to present at this forum. Initially, I'd like to provide a brief overview and history of the company to emphasize why we believe Precipitate is an attractive investment vehicle in the current junior resource market, followed by a more detailed summary of our projects. Eric Coffin and the late Dave Coffin, on the prompting of Scott Gibson, were instrumental in the initial founding of Precipitate and the consolidation of a portfolio of quality exploration properties and the attraction of a team of experienced and highly regarded industry professionals to the management and board of directors. Last November, upon the receipt of positive results from our first phase exploration program on the Reef property located in the Yukon, adjacent to Northern Tiger's 3 Aces property and Aben Resources Justin property, the board made the decision to apply for a listing on the venture exchange. The decision unfortunately coincided with the downturn in the junior resource market last fall. More tragic for the company was the untimely passing of Dave Coffin, one of our co-founders. It had been Dave's vision that led the company to focus on the identification of sediment-hosted deposits of the Selwyn Basin based on the region's geologic similarities to the Carlin deposits of Nevada's Great Basin. Despite these setbacks, we completed our IPO and were listed on the TSXV on May 29th of this year. We have a management team that's responsible for recent takeovers with aggregate valuations exceeding $280 million. More specifically, these refer to the takeovers of Sediment and Underworld Resources. We have a strong cash position of approximately $1.8 million in working capital. We've recently acquired 2 projects in the Dominican Republic, adjoining Gold Quest's recent Romero discovery, which is arguably the hottest exploration play in the Western Hemisphere. We hold 70,000 hectares in the Yukon and British Columbia with 19 properties, and we're targeting sediment-hosted gold. We've recently completed exploration programs on these properties, and results are currently pending. We firmly believe that our company's greatest assets are our people, and the individuals involved with this venture are second to none in the industry with extensive skills and experience that complement one another. With 4 geologists that boast well over a century of experience in the industry, along with several seasoned market and administrative professionals, either on the board or engaged as advisors to the company, we understand or are in a position to address the challenges of the junior resource sector. These individuals include Adrian Fleming, our chairman, Daryl Cardy, Gary Freeman, and Quentin Henney, who are all directors, myself, who is CEO and director, Michael Moore, our VP of Exploration, and Helene Darby, our CFO. We currently have over 25 million shares issued and outstanding. We have no warrants other than 440,000 agent warrants, which were issued in conjunction with our financing on our IPO. We have just under 2 million options outstanding, so we have about just under 28 million issued and outstanding, or fully diluted shares. We have a market capitalization of approximately $10 million based on recent share price, and as mentioned, about 1.8 million in working capital. Other major shareholders include Eric Coffin, the estate of Dave Coffin, and Scott Gibson, and Strategic Metals, our largest shareholder. Insiders and founders, along with Strategic, control approximately 50% of the issued and outstanding shares. We have a very tight share structure. Regarding our BC and Yukon projects, we have 19 projects with collectively 70,000 hectares, as mentioned, and we're targeting sediment-hosted gold within the Selwyn Basin. We're earning interest in 15 of those properties from Strategic Metals, and 4 of those 4 properties are owned outright through staking. More specifically, in the Yukon, our principal property is the Reef property. It was our material property for purposes of our IPO and the focus of our 2012 Yukon field program. In Northeast BC, we have 3 properties, Gemini, Hornline, and Boya. And in Southeast Yukon, we have a portfolio of projects known as the South Seas Group, which were all based on Carlin-type affinities and soil anomalies. With the Yukon field season winding down, surface exploration programs have recently been completed, and most of these properties and results are pending. Moving to our current focus, which is the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic, it's a second largest country in the Caribbean and is also the second largest economy in the Caribbean. It's a mining-friendly jurisdiction, but as we are learning, just a little slow administratively by the standards of developed countries. Management's ongoing review of projects led to the announcement last month regarding the company's decision to acquire 100% interest in 2 concessions within the Tireo gold trend in the Dominican Republic. More specifically, the 15,000 hectare Wanda Herrera concession adjacent to and along strike with Gold Quest's Las Tres Palmas and Romero properties. In addition, we acquired the 3,000 hectare Higos Blancos concession, which is approximately 60 kilometers northwest of Wanda Herrera. The country has a long history of mining. It's best known for its recently commissioned 22 million ounce Pueblo Viejo gold mine, which is a 60-40 joint venture between Barrick and Gold Corp. That's projected to produce over 1 million ounces of gold this year at a cash cost of less than $350 per ounce. In addition, the Falcando nickel laterite mine is currently being operated by Xstrata. The above map outlines the proximity of our Wanda Herrera property to Gold Quest concessions and the general geology and location of the northwest trending Upper Cretaceous Tireo volcanics, also known as the Tireo Gold Trend. A brecciated portion of this volcanic unit is a host of the mineralization that has returned impressive gold drill hole intersections from Gold Quest Romero discovery. These include 231 meters of 2.4 grams per ton gold, 258 meters of 4.5 grams per ton gold, and 235 meters of 7.9 grams per ton gold, and 1.4% copper. As we continue our data collection and review the available information, it's clear that the geology is significantly more complex than initially thought, and much is still to be learned about the lithologic and structural controls on the mineralization in the belt. To date, we've attempted to foster strong relationships with other companies working in the DR, and would like to thank them for being open with their information and their practical guidance. In the case of Gold Quest, their 10 years of exploration in the region is invaluable, and we view this relationship as a very valuable asset. Another important point to note is a clause within the current Dominican mining legislation that restricts companies from holding greater than 30,000 hectares of ground in at any given time. With the inability of individual companies to blanket state attractive regions, we believe other areas of prospective ground will become evident, offering additional in-country opportunities as our understanding of the geology evolves. With respect to our proposed exploration programs for the DR, to a degree, it's beyond our control as activities requiring physical disturbance of the ground, including road construction, trenching, drilling, cannot proceed until the formal grant of the concession. While we wait for receipt of this grant, which we understand is more of a formality, we will be conducting relatively passive exploration programs such as mapping, prospecting, geochem sampling, and possibly airborne geophysics. Based on the experience of other companies in the DR, we anticipate having full tenure within 12 months. During this period, we will be working to identify soft targets with a drill program to be commissioned shortly thereafter. As you can see from the chart, when compared to our closest peers, we believe Precipitate is a solid investment opportunity, and we encourage investors to monitor the progress over the coming months. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that 18 months ago, Precipitate was not much more than a vision. However, in that period of time, management, together with the founders of the company, have raised $4.7 million, obtained a listing on the TSX Venture Exchange, completed at least one, and on a number of its Yukon and BC properties, 2 phases of exploration, and finally, entered into an option to acquire an interest in 2 concessions adjacent to the world's most attractive exploration plays, the acquisition of which we believe will be the first of many additions of quality exploration properties to the Precipitate portfolio. All of this was completed during arguably the most difficult investment environment for junior resource sectors in the past decade. I believe this success in a challenging investment climate is a testament to the pedigree and resolve of the company's founders, management, board, and advisors. Thank you.